our trust.
That's right. In the OGGM, you place your trust, whether I earned it or not. Good morning, my fellow nerds. It's your boy, broadcasting live from Site B, located in the mythical town of Fresno, Nevada, home of Steve the Cat, which looks surprisingly a lot like Ventura, California. Weird. I know we haven't heard the song or been online in a bit because we've been doing the walks and there hasn't really been anything going on worth talking about. But it's Friday. It's time to take a look at all the tabletop role playing game Kickstarters that are coming to an end this week that you still maybe have a chance to support. And once again, the list is not up where I normally get it. So we had to send our brave volunteer deep into the annals of tabletop role-playing game Kickstarters to try and find them. And we have some successes, we have some failures, we have some new stuff, we have some old stuff, we have some games that look really familiar. Nothing really jumps out at me this week, but we're going to go to the Kickstarter page and try and pitchfork and Minecraft our way through it to see if we can find anything that's within. There's a couple that are definitely interesting, but the only one I already talked to you about, so I don't know. The rest are just sort of mysteries. I'm not as good at this as the guy who normally does it, but for some reason they haven't been doing it. So for every success on here, we have a few, white elephants, like furniture. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, here we go. These are in order of dates left, 14, 13, see that. So we got Scale Mail, a tabletop role-playing game by Jason Duff. In no way, shape, or form based on Chainmail or White Box by our good friend Basic Expert. Just get his thing yet instead. We got Internal Ruins, a role-playing game from Mythwork. A tabletop role-playing game about exploring endless labyrinth of ancient mysteries. We got Axolotl with a Gun, a arcade-style role-playing game. Okay, cute little zine game where you have an axolotl with a gun. Probably better as a card game or a board game, but I mean, first, how does the axolotl get out of the fish tank? I guess this is an alternate future where axolotls can walk and have opposable thumbs. And yeah, they live in fish tanks, right? We've got Portrait, a tabletop role-playing game about Slavic mythology through a queer lens. It can't just be about the mythology of the Slav. No, okay, stop it. No. We've got whatever this is, archipelago setting from Bruce Taylor called the Palisades Archipelago. Islands. I love islands. I love islands. Another mappy thing, Terminus XZ7 by Brian Hazard, a Zero Press GM-less sci-fi tabletop role-playing game. So yeah, journaling thing. We got Crown of the Depths, which is more figures. This is the one. This is the only one on here that I'm even kind of interested in. It's from our old friends at Bloat Games. It's Meddling with Monsters, the Scooby-Doo style role-playing game. You guys know I love Scooby-Doo. At least I think you would. Highly recommend if you've never seen Mystery Incorporated on Netflix, the 2 season. It is the best Scooby-Doo cartoon ever. Yeah, it's really good. Then we got some figures, and we got Seven, a modern-day horror role-playing game based upon the 7 deadly. How were you able to use this without getting sued by the people who made the 7 movie? There's a movie called Seven that's literally about the exact same plot. So yeah, danger, Will Robinson. I would be careful with that one. We got some more figures. We've got Stormcrow City, the Dead War. That's figures. We've got Pleasure God. No, okay, that's just no. I don't know. Okay, Ghost in the Shell, the tabletop role-playing game from Mana Project Studios, 4,407% funded. So I guess that means it's made more money than I expected. I would have been excited about a Ghost in the Shell cyberpunk role-playing game 25, 30 years ago when, Ghost in the Shell came out for the first time and cyberpunk was just beginning. But now we have so many cyberpunk games inspired by Ghost in the Shell and Bubblegum Crisis and all these cyberpunk anime that now you're just like, I don't need this game. I already have it. It's called Cyberpunk. I hate to bag on Mana Project Studios, but whatever. We've got a Monster Trainer role-playing game by Imogene Jindal. called Journeyman. It's Pokemon. We've got Shift, which is a generic role-playing game where you build the rules and stuff like that. We've got Eat God, about, I don't know. It sounds like somebody's trying to force their politics. Curseborn, the player's guide to Curseborn. This game was like the number 1 or number 2 seller on drive-thru. It's been highly recommended. This is a player's guide to the world of Curseborn. Don't know much about it, but the guy's doing really well, so congratulations. We've got Torch and Dagger, a grim, dark, and brutal world tabletop role-playing game. Really? I can't imagine what game you're trying to emulate there. I don't know what game has a torch rule in it. We've got The Last Cavern, which is the next installment in the tabletop role-playing game. Go West, post-apocalypse, electric state type thing. We've got Hope Punk. There's no such thing as Hope Punk. Stop it. And here's the one that looks really, 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 really familiar. Guardians of Overwall. Yeah, that looks strangely familiar. I'm just gonna, nope, we're just gonna walk away. Anything that invades somebody else's IP, especially such a great thing like Over the Wall. We've got Tales from Elsewhere, Clockwork. This is one of the nominees for Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year. Its Kickstarter is finally coming to an end. We'll see what it's like. Action horror RPG set in a steampunk type world, because we haven't seen enough of that. We got some more figures. We got some more figures, a book of fantasy encounters from Ava's Adventures. Tabletop role-playing game using the tarot. Nope. Nope. Another, I don't know what this is. It's just okay. Some more figures. We've got D100 Events on the Road by the Moonlit Mill. You can find tables like that for free, but it's nice to have a collection of them in one place. So congratulations. Hopefully you get funded. We can always use more books like those. We've got Swords Against the Shadows, another OSR. In no way, shape, or form looks really, really familiar. That character is not based upon any fictional character that is extremely famous, and that is no way AI. Got him being way more negative for somebody who's supposed to be positive. Oh, we got a comment. Listening. Thank you, RPG Grandma. Guys, check her out. She's on my game every other week, and she's got a great channel. We got a drinking table. Nope. We got Cosmic. Nope. We got Neon City Outlaws. Cyberpunk. Nope. We got Blockmass, another art punk type game about demonic forces. Some more figures. Uneasy Lies the Head, which is a royal intrigue competitive GM-less tabletop role-playing game. So it's a board game. We got Frostpunk. Somebody's turned the Frostpunk board game, video game into a role-playing game. I tried playing the video game. It's basically, if you're into Civ builders type that, it's a really cool, fun game. Does Frostpunk make a tabletop role-playing game? There's no such thing as Frostpunk. Stop it. Psychic Danger Society, which is a cozy tabletop role-playing game. No, stop it. We've got Rules Light, Journeyman Heavy by Zachary Burr, in no way, shape, or form inspired by another Rules Light dark, grimy role-playing game. And then we've got a trivia role-playing game, and that's pretty much everything that's coming to an end this week. Obviously, we've got a couple really, high concepts to keep an eye out on. Clockwork, that was in the top games predicted for 2026. Ghost in the Shell might do better than I expect, considering it's 4,407% funded. Meddling Kids, yeah, who doesn't love Scooby-Doo? I don't love Scooby-Doo. You're lying. Everybody loves Scooby-Doo. And that's the only two that really stand out. Everything else, is more the same. Some of these will do well. Some won't do well. Most of these, I hope, succeed, right? I mean, I can be my usual caustic, sarcastic self because that's the character I've chosen to play, even though I'm trying to be more positive. But look, you're doing it because it's a project of love, not because you expect to make 25 million like Matt Colville, right? And then produce, yeah, anyways, trying to be more positive. I will only say nice things about Matt Colville and Draw Steel. So, for most of these are passion projects. And most of these people, they expect to sell 1, 2, maybe break even. Nobody, I think, expects to be the next Mega Million Dollar. And considering most of those Mega Million Dollar tabletop role-playing games ends up never being used. I mean, the Cosmery Brandon Sanderson game is not even in the top 20 sales. And yet they're trying to make a TV show based upon it. Good luck. The scripts will be like the books. I gotta stop being so negative. I'm trying, guys. I really am trying not to be negative, but it's just so easy. Yeah. And some of these are games that work. Some of these are just silly little novelty projects. Some of these are people trying to force your politics or whatever through the game, and that's just be expected. It's always nice to see figures and maps and things and whatever this nightmare of things. And hey, you know what? If you can get away with borrowing somebody else's IP and not get in trouble for it, more power to you. I can't support, the blatant copying of other people's IPs. But then I use AI art. So am I in the right? Yeah. I mean, if it's a subtle nod to the genre and how much we love the genre like this, sure. If it's this and this, yeah, especially this one. I don't know. I don't know. That said, I know that this is people's passions. This is their lives. Some of them put years in this, so I want you all to at least break even. And I want you all to at least make what you spent. If I do a Kickstarter for my superhero role playing game, I'm going to be following Ed's example and Kickstart for like $600, just enough money to pay for art and layout and maybe spell checking. Right? I don't expect to make $1 million. Though with my luck, somehow I'll break Kickstarter. If any of these titles scream to you, you can use the link down below to check any of them out. Obviously, of course, my only real recommendation for anything would be the Meddling Kids one, because I'm a huge Scooby-Doo nerd, and I watch Mystery Incorporated on Netflix at least once every 2 or 3 years, because it is the best Scooby-Doo series ever. Honest. So good. And it's the first time they talked about Velma's sexuality. I don't care what that Mandy Kiesling or everything that came after, which it's Mystery Incorporated where they first mentioned that she might be. But come on, we've known she's. Anyways, that's a separate topic. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you all soon. If you appreciate this content, let me know. I'm doing my best, guys. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk ever again, I completely understand. But hopefully you'll take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and support the OGGM by donating to my Ko-Fi or checking out my latest sale on drive-thru. That's it. That's all we've got. If you've got anything you want to talk about this weekend, please feel free, as always, to reach out to me. If you got a topic, a game that's being kickstarted that I missed, the usual stuff, you got a project or a website you want to talk about, I'm always around. I'm always home. Just pick up the phone. Something like that, right? Till next time.